Tommy Rex, and you're listening to today's Boondoggle.
This is Mark Metcalf, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio.
You are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio. Yes, Kato Kalin listens to this all the time.
Welcome to today's Boondoggle. Now, here's your host.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bill Bailey with today's Boondoggle, and I've already been seeing where this interview is going to go with Mario and Pauly here from the real McKenzies. What's going on, guys? How you doing?
We're doing really well. This is Mario over here, and he's playing with his dog, so it's going to be a good day. It's otherwise known as a dog day afternoon. Don't get it confused with the movie. We're of the real McKenzies, and we just released a new record, and we're going to do a tour, and we like the Boondoggle concept of what's going on. And Mario was saying, oh, we're going to get interviewed by Bill Bailey, and so I naturally came on to wanting to take the piss out of you. And I have a question for you, Bill Bailey.
What's that?
Question for you. Will you help me with a mystery that is baffling me?
Yes.
Yes? The answer is yes?
Yes.
Will you help me with the mystery that's baffling me, Bill?
Yes, I'll help you with that mystery. Okay. Correct.
Can you employ Watson as well? Yes.
Okay.
Sure. Well, I can say, Bill Bailey, will you please become Holmes? Get it, Sherlock? Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah.
Please continue on.
Get it.
We just released a new album, and we're planning a new tour. And we're really looking forward to coming to your town because we are your favorite rock and roll, punk rock, Celtic party sing-along band. What do you think of that, Bill Bailey?
I like it, and I heard it from what I heard in the new album as well. But like when I have people on for the first time, I like to kind of go back a little. So
I understand. Okay.
When you were.
I knew that you were going to be coming and on this little screeny thing, and so I wanted to be prepared for you, and I wanted to take the piss out of you. And so now that we got that over with, let's get down to business. Agreed?
All right, let's get down to business.
Okay.
Now, when you were little Pauly and you were little Mario, do you remember originally what you wanted to be when you grew up?
Mario, what did you want to be when you were a wee Mario? What, if you will share with us today, did you want to be when you grew up?
Dinosaur. He
wanted to be Dinah Shore, especially the Dinah Shore that was interviewing Iggy Pop on the Eat or Be Eaten album. That Dinah Shore?
Yes.
It's okay, it's a woke world, so I don't give a damn.
That was who I wanted to be. Yes.
Oh, okay. Right on. And as for me, I have to give you a little brief interlude and description. I had a sister who was born in 1944, and she turned me into a complete political subversive. She had me dressed like beat punk at the age of 3, and I hated being a child. So who I wanted to be was Jack Kerouac at the age of 3. That was my first sort of impression. And then the whole shitstorm just blossomed over, and this is what I fucking became. Thanks a lot, sis.
And then when was it that music kind of caught your ear, and who were some of your earliest influences?
Let's field this to Mario. You first. Mario?
I was influenced right away. My first memory that I ever had was a neighbor's kid playing violin, and I know that I couldn't walk yet. That was my first ever real clear memory. And I'm pretty sure when music first really caught me and I was into it, very young, I was really into Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That was sort of my jam.
DCM. No.
Nice.
DCT.
Sure.
DCT. BSNT.
And how about you, Paul?
BCT. For me, it was I was into very early in life. I got into percussion because I was awakened by a loud cracking. And after I had kicked my triplets, brother and sister, to death and strangled them with their own umbilical cords to get more food, there was so much mass in my mother's womb that they had to crack her sternum to get me out. So the first noise I heard was percussion, and I've enjoyed percussion ever since. That loud cracking of the sternum. Yes.
Thanks for keeping it light.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Well, it's an adult program, so we'll take it wherever it goes, I guess. Now,
yeah, I'm adult.
Yeah, when you started like deciding you wanted to play and perform music, who caught your ear then and inspired you?
Well, it would have to be, I was taken to a Dave Brubeck concert in the early 60s. I think I was all of 3 or 4 years old. And he was impressed that I was there. And he let me blow on his mouthpiece. And ever since then, I've been playing saxophone.
How about you, Mario?
From what I understand, in Expo in 1986, the World Expo came to Vancouver, and my parents took me to go see Indigenous drummers play, and apparently I was mesmerized. So
he doesn't remember.
I don't really remember, but I do know that I've been obsessed for a very, very long time.
He's a guitar player.
And when was when you guys started playing out, like before? I mean, was it, Real McKenzies wasn't your first band? Did you start playing with others in school or whatever?
Yeah, my first band was the Zippers. We did 70s covers. I was all of 14, and we did a tour, and then I got hooked, and I've been hooked ever since. Rock and roll, baby.
And I joined some bands while I was in high school, formed some bands there, started playing out like right away after high school, joined a couple of punk bands, varying degrees of success over the years, got to join a couple of more legendary local bands, and then made my way to this guy.
And then when you started playing out in the scene, what was like the music scene like where you guys started playing out?
I guess the scene kind of started with me when I first saw some of the local bands in Vancouver. And I want to be really brief here because there's so much to say about it. I was hooked on music, but I didn't like what was going on. All the poodle dudes and the wide leg culotte jeans and the clogs and the shag haircuts didn't really turn me on too much. And I was always a subversive because I was brought up with beat culture. So as soon as I saw the punk rock thing, it was just like I couldn't stand it and I had to be part of it. And so all of those early Vancouver bands inspired me. What was the first band I think it was, it would have to be the Dishwag. No, it was, I think it was the Dishwags and a bunch of early bands like that. This was probably 1976, 77 maybe. And so I was really interested to support it and get involved with it. And so it just sort of morphed into that. And then I slowly kind of broke away from it when I had to go touring because like James Brown said, you got to get out of it if you want to get into it. So we started touring a lot. And so by the time we left and came back, it was something else and I didn't want much to do with it. So we just kept touring. Big fucking deal, right?
Right.
Suck it up.
And the scene for me was probably about 15, 20 years later. My scene. I know he hates because I'm young. But I'm originally from about an hour outside of Vancouver in the valley.
In more ways than one.
And at some point in the 90s, the valley had a really strong independent and punk rock scene. A lot of kids going to shows out that way.
Not Ventura Valley.
No.
Get it straight.
The,
not
phrase, the mighty
Ventura.
Fraser Valley.
Like, get it like straight.
Tuh.
Please continue.
Thank you, Paul. So, but there was a lot of excitement with kids sort of back in that era and in that area. So I just kind of came from there. It was really strong already. Like Paul's generation had already kind of set the table for
Cut
us.
a groove, man. Cut a groove. But wait a minute. I wanted to inject for a little while. There was a guy called Bruce Allen who had his own band, Lover Boy. Who's that other guy? That Adams guy, Brian Adams. He had all these bands that were really hot shots, and he didn't want to support anything independent because he was afraid to lose projected money and stuff. And so he generally quashed the whole independent scene that was really, really good. And of course, if you don't nurture that sort of thing, it's going to soon disappear because people get jobs and have fuck trophies and buy houses. But I didn't do that. So fuck you.
And let's talk about the real McKenzies. When did this come together for all you guys?
All righty. Hey, is this the Boondoggle show?
This is.
I thought it was the Bamboozle show.
No, that's a side project.
I'm trying to bamboozle you, see?
So the real McKenzie started in 92.
Do you know how old I was in 92?
92?
Yes, how did you know? You know that. Anyways, yeah, we started in 1992. And again, there was still, the punk scene had morphed into something else. But of course, I wasn't really involved because I was touring with other bands and leaving town a lot. So I came back from Los Angeles and said, fuck this. I'm going to join another band. And I made the band. And then we started touring, and that's the beginning. But we toured hard, really hard. Like, say, for example, we're doing a 3-week tour, and everyone says, "Ooh, that's a long tour." Like, long. Try 8 months for 5 years in a row. Those were the salad days. Hot haggis. Yes.
Ugh.
And anyway, here we are today. But I must say that I want to thank everyone of the over 100 guys in the alumni of the Real McKenzies, and I wish them all the best, some of whom are dead. But it wasn't my fault. But this is definitely the best album that the Real McKenzies has ever produced in my mind. It has all of the things that I love about music in it, and it's informative and snarky and punk.
So then, Mario, when did you come aboard?
I joined in late 2013.
Hey, do you know how old I was in 2013?
13?
Yes. He knows everything.
It's my job.
Please
So
continue.
yeah, I came in late 2013, and then left late 2015. Sort of was helping the band out during that time. Was more or less, I wouldn't say a hired gun. I was certainly in the band, but
I hiatused him.
there was
I
other
still
people who were-
hiatus him.
I wasn't really a big part of the machinery back then. Then just before the pandemic, I came back to do a couple of shows to help out the band because the band was spread out all over the world. It wasn't really a cohesive thing. It was more just like people still wanted to do it, and we had management that would just kind of put these things together and put players together. So I was sort of part of that. Like, Mario's not doing anything during this time. Let's bring him on board for X amount of shows. Okay, so I came aboard, helped out, but then the pandemic hit. Like right when we were in Edmonton, and the entire world shut down, and we were stuck in Edmonton without a real way to get back to Vancouver, or at least we didn't know what was going to happen. But then because the world shut
That's
down.
a lot, Bill Gates.
Exactly.
I was, we were able to kind of hole up and regroup and found new members, and most of those members are
Oh,
still
now
with us
hold on a
today.
second, Mario.
Am I
I
skipping
kept
over
my
something?
member. I didn't have to get a new member. Did you?
I got a couple new ones.
Wow.
Incredible science. Must have got the booster. But
Yeah, it was the Johnson and Johnson.
You're killing me over here.
but when I'm a big fan of bagpipes. I want to know about
Okay.
whose idea was to bring the
Okay,
bagpipes.
so, what's your favorite part of the bagpipe? What's your favorite part? Come on.
My favorite part? Well, I'm a big fan of the sound they make. I didn't study the anatomy of the bagpipe, but I love them at funerals and parades.
The sound of it. Well, don't you know that the bag is made out of a wild Scottish Highland haggis? The bag, and the
Oh, yeah?
sound of it is the sound of a wild Highland mother haggis crying for her lost children. Wah, wah, wah. True, it's true.
So whose idea was it to incorporate the bagpipes, Paul,
The Celts.
into the real McKenzies?
Oh, the Celts. I've always had a thing for Celtic music because I was raised on Celtic music. Next question.
No, but who brought this?
Who? Well, it would have to be.
Whose idea?
It would have to be Sir Harry Lauder that introduced the bagpipes into the rock and roll idea for the real Mackenzie. I would have to give full credit to not Harry Lauder, but Sir Harry Lauder. And for those of you who don't know who Sir Harry Lauder is, I highly suggest you listen to him because he's a Scottish motherfucker.
Now, something I've been dying to ask you guys about.
He's dying.
Listening to this latest release. I'm trying to eat better, watch my cholesterol and stuff like that, but I haven't sat down and ate sardines with your mother yet. Can you talk about that single "Eat Sardines with Your Mother"?
Well, it's an interesting colloquialism, and a lot of people think that I'm trying to get high protein with their mothers. However, there's a bit of that that's true, of course. However, it's really a nutritional awakening, and we chose sardines, but if the truth be known, the real Mackenzies have always got a vast array and assortment of canned fish aboard, not only in the van, but on the table in the green room, because of the fact that it's low bulk, high protein, really good for you, and it's supporting an industry that needs to be supported as long as they don't overfish. It's really good for you, breaks down easy, and it's good for the brain. And a lot of people that don't like it can just not eat it and save the rest for us. We like pickled herring. We like smoked herring. We like sardines. We like kippers. We like every kind of thing like that. And one of the only seafoods that I have an aversion to is an octopus because they're smarter than I am.
But a lot of omega-3, with that as well is the protein. I've actually had my doctor recommend that I start adding some sardines.
Yeah, but listen, I don't know how high the tsunamis get in your part of the world, but we get omega-5s up here in Canada.
Wow. All right. Well, mine go up to 11. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, that's another reference.
Are you an American? Are you an American?
What's that?
Are you an
Yes,
American?
I am.
Okay, say
Yes.
11 for me. Say 11.
11?
11. 11.
Okay, we got it. Thank
11. Yeah, 11.
He said it again.
And then another single that caught my attention and my ear that I enjoyed was a Cannibals Lament. Let's talk about the inspiration behind that song.
Oh, you're kind of cutting out here. You're kind of cutting out.
Oh,
But you want to know about A Cannibal's Lament?
yes. What's the inspiration behind that song?
Lament. What is the? That's the one about.
Well, you know something. One
about
of my
being in jail.
yes, of course. Have you, hey, Mario?
Yes.
Have you ever been in jail?
Nope.
He's never been in jail. You don't know what you've been missing. Actually, you do. The Cannibals Lament is it's an interesting twist on the Sonny Bean clan legend, and it makes mention that it was just a sad conjecture of a foolish Englishman, in which case it was, trying to decimate English tourist trade after the fall of the Battle of Culloden in the late 1700s. So this song is about a guy who he's a psycho who takes on the personality of Sonny Bean, who was a fictitious character. So it's kind of a twisted tale about getting out and eating people.
More protein.
Delicious, delicious company.
I think he like maybe the thought behind it too was like this person may be schizophrenic.
Well,
certainly
I said psycho.
Locked away.
I said psycho.
Have you know?
I said
like Renfrew from
Renfield.
Renfield.
Get it right. Read it.
Dracula.
You know Renfield? You know Renfield, right?
Yes, yes.
Renfrew.
From the
So
the Nosferatu version or Bram Stoker?
it doesn't matter. It's always that is always an interesting character to me, and I immediately thought of that character kind of
Okay,
sitting
then.
behind the bars and
Okay,
eating flies.
Mr. Hotshot Big Stuff, who played that character in that latest Dracula movie with Gary Oldman.
Tom Waits.
How did he know that?
It's my job.
And what Mario has a new acquaintance and just sent this new acquaintance a song. And who was the writer and performer of that song, Mario?
Tom Waits.
See, never ends. I've been
Wow.
waiting for this. I've been waiting for this.
Incredible. Me too, I think. I've been waiting for this interview my entire podcast journey.
You know, speaking of weight, you're gonna have to watch your cholesterol, son.
I know.
Your mother. Oh.
So I gotta eat more sardines. I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just eat sardines.
Also, oatmeal is good for it.
Yeah,
too,
you
right?
get your oatmeal, you get your sardines, you get your fruit, your water, maybe a nice espresso. That's all you fucking need. Oh yeah, and the will to want to fuck shit up in a good way, 24/7.
Nice.
Good.
And then let's get to your latest single, Shackleton. Let's talk about that. The story there. I really enjoyed the music video that went along with that as well. You know,
The cat wasn't killed.
Yeah.
the cat survived. I was going to ask about the
There were
cats.
no
Still
animals
alive.
hurt in the making of that animation.
And tell me
But,
about
what
the
do you want-
song.
What would you like to know about the song?
Like, what's the story or inspiration for that song?
The endeavor itself.
The mainly I think it's
What you're fishing? You want me to tell you a little bit about the story?
yes.
Yes.
Tell
Okay,
me about the story.
Okay, Mario, ask me about the story.
Hey, can you tell me about the story of Shackleton?
Well, certainly, Mario. Shackleton was a guy who was in the Royal Navy. He went down to Antarctica with his ship, and he got crushed in the Weddell Sea. And he, instead of dying on the ice floe, he marched across 1,000 miles to save his 22 crewmen who were marooned on Elephant Isle in Antarctica. But in and against all odds, he got back to the guys and saved them. And I think that's a little tilt of the hat to Shackleton. And we wanted to write a song about it because we think that sort of courage and strength should be executed and exercised more often today, especially in the political realm.
Exactly. I agree. Now, when I was watching the video, I didn't see though that, you know, they kind of left it and you're telling the story here. Did he make it over the ice wall?
Yes.
Is this a
Well, he made it not only over the ice wall, but down through the crevices, across the plains in high winds and sub-zero degree weather. His hands and feet were almost blue. They were almost amputated, but he had to go. He could not try to save the man. He would have died trying, but he didn't die. That little glimmer of hope that he had in decency and human endeavor, forced him to do the right thing, and he did the right thing and saved all the guys, and then he went on to fuck other shit up in a good way.
He lost the ship, though.
So what is this stuff?
Yeah.
That's just material stuff, right? So, but it's still there. You can still go down and see it if you want.
Cat's still there too.
Yeah, you just got to bring a big bunch of dynamite, maybe a nuclear bomb to melt the ice and get down there and see it. Yeah. Maybe you'd be better off to just go for a sail in the Blue Nose too out there in Nova Scotia, there on the East Coast, bike.
Or just listen to the song.
Yeah, that's a better idea. It's a lot more expedient and less expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I loved hearing the background because I was I'm retired from the United States Navy, so I wasn't familiar with that story. I always love to hear stories of I
was thinking about retiring too. I want some Pirellis all around.
Well, I don't think the real McKenzies are ready for you to take a retirement yet.
No, I said
no, we are. We really are.
I said Pirellis all around. Get it, Pirelli tire. I'm gonna retire because my old tires are too many of these two-wheel drifts and shit. Nah. Anyways, yeah. So you retired from the Navy. That's the U.S. Navy.
Yes, sir.
So you sailed around in a bunch of iron boats with guns on them.
I was on an aircraft carrier, and then the latter part of my career, I drove those Mike 8 boats that would come up on the beach and drop the ramp.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You ever get on a sailboat? A real boat, I mean?
No, I haven't been on a sailboat.
Well, you what? You do yourself a favor and get your ass starboard on a nice lugger.
I'll have to do that. I'll have to do that.
Yeah, you'll love it.
That's not code for anything.
No, it's not. It's just that, well, fuck, we'll come down and where are you situated? Are you on the water?
I'm a stone's throw away from Canada. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, across Lake Erie.
You're gonna have to come down in a canoe on the burning river to come and get you by. We can barbecue some marshmallows on that fiery river.
Yeah, see? Our legendary river precedes us as well.
You know the river caught on fire?
I did.
Yeah.
Now, I'm glad that's what we're known for. Now, another single that I enjoyed, and I definitely know this is going to be a good story. Tell me about Liver Spot.
Well, Liver Spot, again, it's about propaganda. Because the propaganda of liver spot, you have a liver spot, has nothing to do with your liver. It's solar lentigo, which is a condition that people get when they get older on how the skin breaks down solar radiation. And so you get little spots, and it's the color of liver, but it's not anything to do with your liver. And just because I'm old and I've got a couple, because sometimes I go outside and the sun, 93.3 million miles away, but that's still pretty hot. That's what this song is about, Liver Spot. And it's also really great because Mario let me go crazy on it.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's a
crazy.
A big sort of middle part that is a musical freakout that Paul
it's a free-form freakout, Mario.
A free-form freakout?
Free-form freakout. And that's the first that I've got to do that on a real McKenzie album. I used to do it on another band's albums in the 80s, but we won't want to talk about that. Yes, we do. But anyway, yeah, Freeform Freakout in Liver Spot. And if you really listen to those Freeform Freakouts, you'll hear a lot of interesting sounds and tones, and we had a fucking blast doing it. Right, Mario?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. And that's what it's all about. It's
now,
the fun insanity kind of picks up on that song, and you get it's really, really
we're both really big fans of
Captain Beefheart.
Captain Beefheart,
And-
Frank Zappa,
And
anything else that is.
what about Adrian Ballou?
Oh, I do love Adrian Ballou.
Lone Rhinoceros.
Yeah, Adrian Ballou. In
He was too
Frank
hip.
Zappa's band.
He was too hip for Robert Fripp.
some of the greatest.
All of the greatest.
But we love that kind of. We love weird music.
Yeah, we're weirdos.
Even though most of the music that we do has a pretty pop format, we also we're not averse to stretching that.
Come on, Mario. In retrospect, weirdos liking stuff like that is weird. Okay,
Got it.
like take for example Leslie Gore. It's My Party.
You know how much I
Mr.
love
Postman, the
Yeah.
Marvelettes. Come on,
the Coasters.
Coasters. Mills Brothers. We could go on and on.
Yeah,
We could bore the shit out of you.
Let's talk. Let's get back to On Your Bike. What inspired the name for that album?
Well, what On Your Bike means, we tend to take colloquialisms, Scottish colloquialisms, and use them for album titles. And I think it began with Out and About. We recorded it in Fat Studios, Motor Studios for Fat Records, Fat Mike. And let me paint this picture for you. We go to great lengths to finish the album, and finally it's done, and album's done. And I march into Fat Records office in San Francisco, and here's Mike, arms behind his head, feet up on the desk, reclined in his office chair, and he's got a Cheshire cat smile. And I said, "Well, okay, Mike, we're done." He says, "Yeah, well, what about the album cover?" I went, "Oh, fuck, I forgot the album cover," because I was too busy concentrating on the music, right? So I said, "You got a photocopy?" We were leaving that afternoon. I said, "You got a photocopy machine?" He says, "Yep." So I put my kilt over the photocopy machine, took a photocopy of it, got a piece of paper, a Sharpie, wrote Out and About, got my kilt pin, put it on my fucking kilt, took a picture of that and said, "There you go, Mike, sayonara." That's Japanese for see you later. So
And Out and About.
Out and About
Is Scottish for
getting out and about.
right.
Like get off your fucking ass and go running about in the fucking rain or the fucking sun or whatever the fuck you want, but get off the fucking couch.
So on
That's
your
what
bike.
it would have been locked and loaded as well, which means locked and loaded, except locked in the lock and loaded. Get it? Locked and loaded. And so now we've got On Your Bike, which is a term for, well, it says in the lyrics, it says, you say get out of here, we say get on your bike. So that means get out of here. But in harsh terms, in Glaswegian terms, it means fuck off. On your bike. I mean, on your bike, fuck off. That's what that means.
I love it.
But it also means it also means get off your ass and get on your bike. That's our take on it. On your
do
bike.
something.
Get on. There's no better therapy, in my opinion, to get on a bicycle and ride your troubles away. And for those of us to do it, I could point them out on the street. You know, it's a really great way to get rid of this tension that gets built up when you're on your computer too long, too much AI stimulate your senses.
I always
Now the
I always
album
have
just-
go ahead.
The album just dropped last month, and you guys got a few shows lined up now to support it.
We've got a couple of European tours. We're always open to shows and gigs as long as we have enough time to put it together, and enough. And that will, unfortunately, it has to come down to money as well because we have rent to pay, but not very much money. And we're altruistic. We're not into this for big bucks. We're into this to help the hearts and souls of people around the world who like to party. Yeah, and that's basically our motivation. We're going to be doing a lot of tours. We'll make another record. We're going to come to your place and kick the boondoggle poop out of you. What do you think of that?
I welcome it.
In a
I welcome it.
metaphorical way.
Now, for anybody that, how would you describe a live real McKenzies concert for anybody that hasn't experienced that yet?
Well, we will soon become, after having had exposure to them and us, they will pick up on the positive nature of the program. We will soon become their favorite rock and roll Celtic punk rock sing-along party band, because they will be experiencing bagpipes, C-ring guitars, excellent vocals, boom, boom, boodle, boodle drums, and sardonic, witty vocals, and expertise choreography. And what else? Oh, yeah, a really good-looking merch guy.
To sum it up,
Not him.
We want to bring festival shows, not just to festivals, but a festival-style show to clubs whenever we do play clubs.
Because quite often in between the festival shows, we do not like to take days off, because a day off is a day without haggis or plaid.
Yeah.
So, and we just get into trouble anyway. So we'd rather, instead of taking days off, we'd rather pick up small shows. And a lot of people say, Ach, mein Himmel, which is German for Jesus fucking Christ. What the hell are you doing in a village? Because I just saw you in front of 550 million people. And we said, well, you know, we like intimate shows as well. Now go and, is that your mom over there? Yeah, go over there. I've got some herring that I want to eat with her. And you can't do that in festival shows. It's all bang, bang, bang. You know, we respect the staff. And because we've seen what happens when people don't respect the schedule. And this is very important. Be on, be off, get the fuck out. Bang, 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 just like that. But when we have smaller shows, it's more relaxed and it's more us, and we can talk to the people and slap them around a bit, you know, stuff like that.
But yeah, we want to be as good as we can be. We want to be the best festival band that you've ever seen in a club.
Good-o. You know how to talk, hey? I know some people we know.
Now, before we get ready and wrap up, I want to ask you guys a couple questions I normally ask.
We go on forever. We don't wrap up. We don't wrap down neither. Yo.
Who are three people that have inspired you and you can credit for making you the person you are today?
Go ahead, Mario. I got to think about this one.
My grandparents.
Yeah, you've crossed a lot more people than him in your time, so it's going to take a while to narrow it down, right?
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Oh no, he's not pointing to me.
So do my grandparents count?
Grandparents is one. This is a German thing.
That's one person.
See, he's been hanging out in German. We go 1, 2, 3 instead of 1, 2, 3. And what? Haven't you ever seen Inglourious Bastards? Give me a fucking break here. Now, please continue.
Do my grandparents count as 1 or 2?
1.
You can make them count as 1.
Okay.
Because we can cleave them in half and sew them together.
I don't know if I want to share the other ones. It's kind of personal.
Oh.
Yeah, but
okay.
there are people.
Extrapolate in a lighter light. Okay.
Nobody's worried about my people. They want to hear about Paul McKenzies.
No, they don't.
Oh, sure they do.
Okay, then I'm going to field this question to you, Mario. Who was the person that taught you how to use plasticine? It was you. It was Mario. So Mario taught himself how to make plasticine animals and stuff. So Mario is Mario's second favorite person. Now, who is your third favorite person, Mario?
My dogs.
Or his dogs.
That counts as one person.
Okay, 2 dogs, 1 person.
So now let's hear about you.
All right, Pauly McKenzie, let's see. Well, 3 of my favorite people. Oh, that's a really tough question because I've got literally tens of thousands of people that help to inspire this cavalcade of insanity in this head. But right now, I would have to say, would have to say John Coltrane. I would have to say Leslie Gore, and I would have to say Eddie Cantor. But that's only right now.
Yeah.
And as the clock goes, it's different now. I've got a whole other 3 different people, and now different people, and more different, now more different. I know it's different again.
He's different people.
I've got
Yeah.
literally tens of thousands of people who deserve to be recognized, but we just don't have time. So come to the show and come to the merch booth after the show, and perhaps we can discuss our favorite people together like human beings. No AI.
Now you guys have, obviously punk rock it inspired to send a message. Send a message to the man.
Oh, can we backpedal?
What's that?
3 favorite punk rockers who inspired me? Okay.
No.
Oh,
That's not what I was asking, but you can tell me. Go ahead.
no, I changed my mind. Come on, I'm kidding. Okay, Ian Dury, Iggy Pop, and Frank Zappa, and Captain Beefheart,
Nice.
and Adrian Ballou.
So sorry, you had a question?
So yeah, my question was, because very active, you're getting your message out, but what organization do you guys support, or or causes or organizations that you guys support and encourage others to check out?
Local organic farmers, for sure. We want to keep those guys alive because they keep us alive. Also, you pick one, Mario. Come on.
anyone who's putting the arts first, really. Any arts organization, those are all super important, especially right now. It seems like there isn't enough time or money getting poured into that. And, the world has so much rich culture and we need to support that. So support all your art community people.
In a nutshell, in the brief synopsis, the real McKenzies support the good guys. And I know that is a pretty wide bracket to say, but you know who you are, and we know who the bad guys are too. So that's we're all about good stuff and altruistic generosity and good faith and fortune, and embracing all of the good things in humanity. And we like to extrapolate in our music and also in our live performances and also in our personal lives. So there.
Did you get all the answers?
I got all the answers. Now, last question for you guys. If there's any fans out there, people watching this that may be new to hearing about the real McKenzies now and want to check you guys out and follow you and support what you're doing, where would you send them?
Well, to our webpage, we're all over social media, but more importantly, as much as we try, and this is just a brief example of how we try to transpose our vibe through social media and stuff, but it's nothing like the real thing.
Come to our live shows.
Come to our shows. Everyone's welcome. We do not discriminate. And if there are some interesting scenarios, we can easily send that out. It's all about having a good time, and it's all about the music and getting out there on your bike, and
also online,
jumping around willy-nilly.
If you want to check us out online, we're probably the most active on Instagram. So that's a good place to sort of get all the updates and any information that you need as far as.
Nice. I'm gonna go hit follow now. So when this drops,
an epic merch store, and stomprecords.com.
Stop Records. All right. Good news. All right, guys. Hey, it was a pleasure talking with you. Thanks for your time.
Hey, I have a question for you before we go. Does Cleveland still rock?
Yes, sir. Come on out and play for us.
Can I say it? Can I say it?
Yeah.
Are you going to do the harmony?
No.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Leave them off. I hear it does. We've been there a couple of times. I love it. Is the El Cleared Lounge still happening in Cleveland? Do you know?
Is the what?
Alright! Listen up! Hold on to your seats! Grab your girls, grab your beers!
Hey everybody, this is Charlie from Anthrax, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle.
This is Mark Metcalf, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio.
You are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio. Yes, Kato Kalin listens to this all the time.
Welcome to today's Boondoggle. Now, here's your host.
I am Monty Heath, so one Heath, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle.
Hey, what's up? It's John from Skillet, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle on Domain Cleveland Radio.
Fasten your seatbelts.